Hey everybody. A lot of people have been asking how I work with my coaching clients, and I realize I haven't really made a video to articulate how that works. So that's what this is intended for. And I'm just going to share a few things of how coaching works with me and what we move through in the process. So first off, the most important and most essential thing is to be as honest as you can possibly be and have a safe and confidential space to be as honest as you can possibly be. The more honest and genuine you are, and the more safe you feel to do that, then the more clearly you're able to see yourself and realize who you really are and what you're doing and what you're not doing. The more you become self-aware, the more you become conscious of your habitual patterns, and the more you're able to shift those into the optimized patterns for your wellness, fulfillment, and greatest actualization and realization in your life. Second is to be in a state of being clear on your intention. The more clear your intention is, the more clearly your intention is realized, right? So we're getting clear on your intention. If you don't know exactly what your intention is, no problem. I help you to realize that through asking the right questions, through poking around, getting to know you, getting familiar with you. And then we move into, once we have a clear sense of intentions, you're really honest with who you are and having safe in that space, move into what is the action? What is the strategy? What is the way to get from point A to point B. In other words, what's the way to get from where you're at right now to activating, to actualizing what you want to create in your life, what your intentions are. Once we get a strategy, we also realize that the strategy will evolve, it will move, it will shift as more information comes in. So it's not a stuck or rigid thing. It's something that you're continually coming back to, and we're refining the strategy, we're refining the plan until we manifest what's being called the manifest. The fourth is accountability. This is huge. This is one of the most important things of all. They're all really important, but this one is, I find, really key. And it's so simple. It's just having the consistent moment, the consistent time of the week by week, to check in, to have someone check in with you and say, are you doing the things that you say you want to do in your life? Are you doing the things every day, the little things, the simple things? Are you doing those things day in and day out consistently to manifest, create the life that you're called to create in your life? And having that accountability just in and of itself does incredible things to transform people's lives and change people's lives, knowing that they can stay focused and they have a way to stay focused and not get distracted, because there's so many ways to get distracted in the world we're in right now. More than ever, there's ways to be distracted, especially with your phone, with the screen, with all the different ways that are accessible to social media. Are you doing the things that you say, not me, you say that you're called to do to live your highest and best self? Yes or no? You'll be accountable to that once a week, every week. At the same time, you need to answer those questions. You need to answer them honestly. The fifth and final thing is an integral holistic approach. So we take all the different parts of your life. I work with 10 components, which I've realized over many, many years of coaching people from all different parts of the world, all different places, all different kinds of people, that these 10 areas cover all the areas of one's life. So let's go through those 10 areas, okay? The first one is your physical self, then your mental self, mental psychological self, your emotional self, your emotional intelligence, your work or your purpose, your financial self, your relationship, this is a primary relationship, your community, sense of community, friends, people that you're connected to, family, it's biological family, your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters, your immediate family, if you have a biological family, meaning potentially your wife or your kids, or your nuclear family, I should say. And then your home and your spirituality. Spirituality is the most essential component of all 10. It's what I call the root of the tree. So when you have a clear sense of who you really are and why you're really here, when I say spirituality, it's those two primary questions. Who am I and why am I here? What is my purpose? Is there a way to transcend suffering? What is suffering? Why am I suffering? What is the meaning of all this? What is the point of all this, right? These deepest questions of life, these are the spiritual questions. So those are like the root of the tree. When the root is clear and connected to the source, which is the ground of being, then the branches and the leaves, all these other areas of life are able to flower and to bloom. But if you don't have that root connected, then you're going to be lost no matter how much you're putting the branches and the leaves. So the spiritual is the foundation. And even though I don't always talk about it so much with all of my clients, but whether we talk about it overtly or not, it is always at the foundational root. And those questions will be addressed either overtly or implicitly in the things that we're talking about, the things that we're addressing. So we work with those 10 areas, and then the primary question I ask people is, if anything is possible, what do you want to create? You'll get that question in the first session. If anything is possible, what do you want to create? The key part of that question is if anything is possible. That's the hardest place to get at, because you're getting at the place of pure potentiality, a place of infinite possibility. And we've been so traumatized, we've been so numbed out by loss, by pain, by our limiting belief systems that develop over time of what we can't do, and inferiority and lack of self-worth and lack of self-love, that it's very hard to ask this question, if anything is possible, from a field of infinite possibility. If anything is possible, what am I called to create physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in relationship, in family, in community, in work, in finances, in all these 10 areas of my life? What am I called to create from a field of infinite possibility? And I support people to get a really clear vision of what that is, like a blank slate, and you can paint whatever you want, with the way a small child imagines and dreams, whatever they want to create, whatever they want to dream. I support people to create that vision, to paint that picture that they're called to create. When I say you're called to create, I really mean what God is called to create through you, you being the vessel for the infinite field of intelligence, the unified field of intelligence that wants to flow through you and move through you and make you remember and realize in the deepest depths of who you are, in the deepest sense of meaning and purpose and inspiration, why you're alive, why you're here, who you are, to live from the greatest place of inspiration of, yes, this is what I'm called to do. I signed up for this. It's being a vehicle for love, but being a vehicle for love of the unique expression of who and what you truly are, and to express it in all these 10 areas. And so once you lay out that vision, we get that vision laid out, and we get it clear, we can feel it. If it doesn't excite you, if it doesn't make you super inspired and exciting and want to wake up every morning with full of energy and joy to attack the day, then it's not the right vision, right? So we want to get that vision. You know it's the right vision because you can feel it. And when you feel that vision, then we work on the strategy, we work on the plan, we work on the action, we work on the consistency and accountability to manifest that place by doing the right things consistently on a daily basis, with the proper discipline, with the proper approach in our action plan and our focus to manifest the life we're called to live. So if this sounds like it's something that's supportive to you, and I know a lot of you already work with me and a lot of you are already familiar with this, but if there's friends of yours or people that you connected with that you feel would be beneficial to, pass this on to them, share this video with them. I really appreciate having the chance to be a positive source of support and a positive source of transformation in so many people's lives, and it's an honor and a service to support you in this way.